Good evening and welcome inside Labatt Memorial Park here in London, Ontario. As you get a look down there at the field, we welcome you up to the Game Day London broadcast booth for tonight's action. Dylan, it is raining here in London.
It sure is, Noah. Now, when we looked at the forecast hours before game time, everything looked clear. You could look at the hourly, you could look at the radar, no problems on the horizon. But about 20-30 minutes ago, I checked the weather app on my phone after you made a comment about the clouds, and the radar does not look good. There's a lot of rain coming. The field has already taken a lot of rain, as I'm sure you saw on the wide shot there. There is a little bit of puddling on the field, so we're not sure how much baseball we're going to get to play tonight, but we're happy to be with you on the air nonetheless, and so are these two behind us.
Dylan, we were looking through, and there was a little bit of worry with the weather coming through today. It has been so hot, so humid throughout the week that it was just a matter of time before the rain started dumping. We saw it a few other days this week where the rain, it eventually came, and today, no different. The field has already taken a fair amount of water, so like you mentioned, I don't know how much more it can take without needing a significant amount of time to dry up. And let us once again say and clarify, we did not have rain here until 5-10 minutes ago at most. It was that short a time before the rain started to fall, and it does look like it has let up a bit, but this is just the first system of what looks like a smaller of the two that are moving through in the next hour or so.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot more rain on the horizon. Here's the one thing for those who are hoping to get some baseball in today as you get a look at a young North London Nationals team on our airwaves. Welland is one of the longer drives here to Labatt Memorial Park, so I am sure that the grounds crew and the Majors are going to be doing everything in their power to get this game in. But right now, you get a look at it on your screen, you see some puddles in front and behind third base, behind second, in front and behind first. I mean, there's a lot of puddling on this field, so we're not sure how much baseball we'll get a chance to play this evening as the rain continues to accumulate.
Yeah, as we'll try to keep you updated as we move along here, up here in the broadcast booth, Dylan. No secret, we were deciding whether or not to come on air right away, whether we would just wait, but we figured there were people that were probably wondering, when is this game going to start? Is it? And it doesn't look like we're going to get going anytime soon, as you can see there in a rain delay. A few members of the Majors out there in kind of shallow left field, but they're just playing around. There's nothing serious going on out there. Looks like a football being thrown around in left field.
Yeah.
So they can tell that we're not going to get underway, I would guess, at best in half an hour. But as we talked about with the weather moving through the region, it does not look promising tonight.
No, it does not. Even if we do get underway for a little bit in this ball game, you'd have to hope that it goes by really, really quickly to get to an official game, because right now you see, I think that's Drew Lawrence out there and Skylar Janice. The jerseys are off right now. The players know that they're going to be delayed a little while, so they're playing a little bit of football out in left field. And the rain does seem to have stopped a little bit, or certainly really led up to a drizzle as the Welland Jackfish come out to check out the field. Patrick Casey and Brian Essery going to look at the infield and see the work that needs to be done. I mean, it's a significant amount already, and it looks like it's only going to continue as the night progresses.
Yeah, the big thing here, and when we looked at the weather and looked at the forecast, looked at the radar, Dylan, we saw at first the big system rolling in, and it looked like it was going to hit 9:15, 9:30. Now, from what we understand, that system is still on track, if not tracking a little bit earlier now. But what we weren't expecting is this rain here. And it was short, 10, 15 minutes at most. But it came down hard enough that it got the field soaked, and they didn't get the tarps on right away. So home plate and the pitcher's mound admittedly doing a little bit better than the rest of the field, as now it looks like Roop Chanderdat and Scott Dart, Majors co-owners, are making their way out to chat with the Jackfish coaching staff. Yeah, this does not look promising. So we'll leave you here. We'll go to a quick break here on Majors TV. Come back with some more of what could be a lengthy pregame show here in London.
Welcome to Labatt Park in London, Ontario, the world's oldest baseball grounds. Now through Labor Day, book your guided tour and walk the same field as Ty Cobb, Fergie Jenkins, Honus Wagner, and some of baseball's most legendary players. View artifacts from over the years inside the original 1940 clubhouse. Experience baseball history in London, Ontario. Book your guided tour at labattparktours.ca.
Get suited up with us for our big night. We went to Collins Clothiers. They had suits and tuxedos in various colors and styles. The staff helped us pick exactly what we wanted. They custom fit our suits for the perfect fit. They even matched us to our date's dress. It was so much fun trying on suits with the boys on the VIP night. They even got us pizza while we tried clothes on.
For prom kids, of course you're going to be the best dressed.
We felt so confident and looked amazing.
Welcome back inside Labatt Memorial Park here in London as the rain delay continues here in our pregame show. Dylan, good news is it looks like the rain has let up and we're just waiting for things to dry now.
Yeah, exactly. Right now, the home plate umpire and crew chief for today's game, Justin Koehler, topping out there with Ben Flesher, who is the first base umpire. They're checking out the field conditions at the moment with the two managers and Scott Dart and Patrick Casey as well. Scott Dart, obviously the co-owner for the Majors. Patrick Casey, one of the assistants for the Welland Jackfish. If you've got anything you want us to talk about in the chat,
Yeah.
We're more than happy to do it. Get us rolling in the chat. We understand there are two other games going on tonight in the IBL. Kitchener is in Chatham. That game looks to be underway
we were just checking out the stream in Chatham, and it looks like, well, I'm not going to say blue skies and sunny, but it looks like baseball getting underway in Chatham tonight, so hopefully that weather moves its way towards the London region and we can get underway tonight. As mentioned, the raindrops have stopped. I don't see any in the puddles out there, Dylan, but the field did take on a significant amount of water. It does look soft out there.
It does look very, very soft out there right now, and I think that the managers and the umpires are assessing the condition of the field to see whether it's safe for the players to play or not. Now, while we looked at the Chatham stream, I checked out the radar on the Weather Network, and it looks like the storm is moving through along the 402, which comes through Sarnia, and it's not touching Chatham at the moment. We'll see how that continues throughout the evening. But as of right now, there's no rain in Chatham. They're looking like they're about to get underway for some IBL baseball. And here at Labatt Park, we're just hoping that it's light rain throughout the night and it does not get heavy. We're looking at the radar up here in the Game Day London broadcast booth right now. There's going to be a little light rain around 8:30, and it's going to pick up and get a little bit heavier. I don't know. No, I'm not overly optimistic about today's game.
We're not meteorologists, Dylan, but the big thing is, we talked about it, we've probably got another, 45 minutes if this radar serves true before the next system moves through. Is it going to move south enough that we don't get the big stuff? Because if we get any more of the big stuff, tonight's going to be a wash for sure. It's already on the fence. It's still drizzling a little bit, which doesn't help things dry at all. So we'll have to wait and see. Well, we do have a pregame show, and we do have some content to get through. And Justin Koehler had a chance to sit down with this week's annual group report.
All right, so I'm here with co-owner and GM Roop Chandradat. Roop, how's your day going so far?
Good. You know what I always say? We're at Labatt Park baseball game, so it's always a great day.
Hard to have a bad day when it's this nice out and you get some Majors baseball for sure. So last game, it was pretty exciting. The team did win in walk-off fashion, but it was pretty close throughout the entire competition. What are you looking to see different in this game versus last game?
No, we need to hit a little bit more. Simple as that. You know, we had some good at bats, but not enough quality at bats. You know, looking for more quality at bats, especially early in the game. You know, I try to get on the guys. You know, have quality at bats early, and it'll pay off in the end. We did that in Barrie, and then it kind of opens up your game and your swing a little bit. So just quality at bats early, and let's try to score early.
Makes a lot of sense. Gives everyone the kind of chance to relax a little bit more, kind of leading going into the game as opposed to kind of feeling balanced throughout sort of a thing. And so today the team is facing off against the Welland Jackfish, the reigning champions, and the team has a 1-1 record against them so far this season. What are you looking to see out of that team tonight?
You know what? Same. They're an aggressive team. They run a lot. I think they're probably leading the league in stolen base. I haven't looked at the stats, but they're an aggressive team. You know, they got a good catcher in Robert Mullen that was here, and they're good. They're just a good team, 1 through 9, and they got pitching depth. So you got to be prepared to play a full 9-inning game to beat the Welland Jackfish.
And the team does love getting people out on the base paths, so it'll be an exciting game to watch between the two. And to wrap things up, All-Star talks have kind of started kicking up, and it's the first year for fan voting in the IBL. What do you think about that kind of change in systems last year versus this year?
It's great. You know what? Engage the fans. They're the ones coming out. They're the ones paying their dollar to come. You know, it's an all-star game. It's fun. They want to see their favorite players play, so why not open it up to them and have them pick the players?
Gotta love to see it. And so thank you so much. Appreciate your time. And let's send it back up to Noah and Dylan in the Game Day London press box to continue with the rest of the pregame show.
Thank you, Justin. A good chance to sit down with Roop and not quite so annual Roop's
State of the
report.
Union with Roop, right?
State of the Union. I meant weekly
Yes.
Roop's report.
Yes.
And actually, it's every single game. So if you have 2 games a week, just don't listen to. I'm a little rusty. It's been a while.
It's been a really
I've
long
had
time.
like 2.5 weeks off.
Well, talk to us about why, Noah. Why have you missed so many games? What's the big thing going on in your life right now?
Well, I purchased a home.
Congratulations.
Which, by the way, is the scariest thing you'll ever do
Yeah?
in your life. Signing your name down for God knows how much money. It was terrorizing. But you know what? That's why I was off the last few weeks. My friends, my brothers as well, they took me up to Buffalo to see the Bisons play for my bachelor party last weekend. So, man, it has just been a whirlwind couple of weeks here. But we got to see some nice talent. And a lot of up-and-coming hopeful Blue Jays in Buffalo last weekend.
Yeah, they can use all the help they can get right now, that's for sure. But no, we're thrilled for you, Noah. We're happy for you, both the bachelor party and with the house. Obviously, really exciting time in your life, and we're lucky to have you back with us here tonight. So we're looking in the chat right now. We've got a couple of suggestions. One from our buddy Matt Hiscox, who's actually not here this evening. One from our buddy Jeremy McGrady. So what do you want to start with here, Noah? We got top 5 chip flavors. We can talk about the top 5 majors moments since we joined the team. What do you want to start with?
Well, I'm hungry, so we can talk about the top 5 chip flavors. I like all dressed.
Yep.
I'm a big fan of all dressed.
Good
Salt
pick.
and vinegar never seems to miss.
Yep.
You could throw like any flavor of Doritos in there, and I'm on the bandwagon. So sign me up. Off the board a little bit. I think Ruffles makes it. It's called like bacon baked potato or something.
I know exactly the chip
Is
you're
that what
talking
it's
about.
called?
Yeah, I think so.
Good. You wouldn't think it would be fantastic, and you can't eat a whole bag. Very good, though.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
You?
You know what? I'm thinking along the same lines as you. I would add ketchup chips to mine. I'm a big ketchup chip guy. I know that's controversial, but I'd put all dressed up near the top, and then I'd have ketchup somewhere in my top 5. Miss Vicky's salt and vinegar that's the real big one.
It's
that one's fantastic.
The goat of all salt and vinegar chips for sure.
What else we got? The spicy dill pickle from Miss Vicky's as well. That's a really good brand of chip. So that'd be in my top 5, and then. You know what? Ruffles sour cream and onion, I think, is a really good chip. I could eat way too many of those chips.
Now, this isn't a chip flavor, but plain Ruffles with a dip,
Yeah.
also very good,
Yeah.
right?
No,
Like
you're
a
right.
French onion dip. Sign me up. Sign me up. Sounds pretty good.
It does. It does. Do you want to tackle the top 5 moments to join the majors?
I don't want to give. I don't want to give 5. Winning the championship in 2021 here on home turf, certainly up there. But if you want to really narrow it down, 2 plays.
Okay.
The robbery of the home run out in left field, and the Byron Reichstein home run. Both in those playoffs, key moments that led to the eventual championship.
Absolutely. I was going to say, for sure, without a doubt, Byron Reichstein's home run in Game 5 of the 2021 championship. People ask me what are the moments that stick out to me since I've joined the majors, and that is my go-to answer every single time. It's that home run that Byron Reichstein hit. In that very moment, you knew the Majors weren't going to lose that game and that it was going to be a fun night at Labatt Park, and sure enough, it was. The fans got their first championship since 1975. It was a really, really great experience for everybody, and just the eruption of that crowd as soon as Byron hit that home run, that is one of my top 5 moments just in and of itself.
Oh, can't disagree with that. It was fantastic. We have had the chance to have some pretty fantastic moments over the 5 years that we've been with the Majors organization. The championships they're going to be up there. That's the easy answer. I don't want to say it's a cop out, but that's the easy answer. We've had some fantastic moments, whether it's just the Father's Day Pack the Park days. Back in our first year, getting to go on the road and getting to see some new places. Those are moments you'll never forget. I remember our first trip to Welland. You didn't make the first trip ever, but we made it.
It was cold,
and
wasn't it?
It was a little chilly, but it was the first ever game in Welland Jackfish history, and I happened to be there. I was calling the game for the Majors on the road that season, and it was the first glimpse that the IBL had of Welland and the Welland Jackfish organization, and it was certainly they've kept the bar here, and they really haven't moved it. So
2 things I want to talk about after that point. So Welland also hosting the All-Star game this year.
Yes.
The All-Star voting is now open, so vote for your favorite players on the Majors or your most deserving players, whoever you'd like to choose. The vote is now open on the IBL website for the All-Stars. And the other thing I think we can go to, since you've been to every park in the IBL, why don't we rank the road parks here? Why don't we rank the other parks? Let's just rank all the parks in the IBL. How about that?
Now, I will preface this by saying that I have not been to Fergie Jenkins Field for a Barnstormers game yet. So I don't want to. I know they have done some renovations there that have made it quite an IBL friendly ballpark. So I don't want to throw them in my rankings. I'll do the other 8 in terms of rankings.
He's a fair guy over here.
I'm a pretty fair guy. Listen, you're going to think I'm a homer. I love Labatt Memorial Park. I think my favorite place that I've been to watch a game was actually Barrie. And you know what? If you put Vintage Throne Stadium in a different location, I think it's an elite IBL stadium. The only thing that really draws it back is that it is outside of Barrie. Cell reception not good, and some bugs. Yeah. But aside from that, the fans were good. I made the trip there in 2019, like I said, when I was on the road, and I liked it. London, of course, right up there. Welland, fantastic when we were there. We actually made, I think, 2 or 3 trips to Welland in 2019 when we were calling games on the road. So those stadiums, lots of fun. Guelph, a unique atmosphere. Same thing with Kitchener, Hamilton. I would like to go back to Hamilton now with the new ownership and see some of the things they've done. Admittedly, I think they've done a fantastic job. And of course, you can't go wrong with a Sunday afternoon at Christie Pitts in Toronto. It is just it's historic to say the least.
It absolutely is.
Did I miss anybody? Brantford. I had a Pemale bacon sandwich in Brantford.
That is what I talk about that Pemale bacon sandwich.
That is what I will take away. Matt Hiscox brought me up like 2 or 3 of them.
Really?
In like the 6th inning. He goes, they were on sale. they were trying to sell what they had left.
Move.
Yeah,
That's such a Matt move. Bringing up 3 Pemale bacon sandwiches. See on your screen, there's some sponges out.
There are.
Right now.
I think they're going to try and get this thing going, Dylan.
Yeah.
I don't see any raindrops in the puddles. I think the rain has subsided. So what they're going to hope for is that they can get the field dry in the next, 15, 20 minutes or so here. And then they can try and get this thing going before that next system rolls through, if it does. Like I said, we're kind of hoping that it pushes south and away from the city of London.
Yeah, we really have no idea what to expect. If you've been following the weather forecast over the past week, it's been pretty chaotic because there's been storms that pop up on the radar and then disappear pretty much just as quickly. You get a look there from our Game Day London mobile camera of one of the great Labatt Park crew members sponging up the field here.
Doing their best.
Yeah.
They're doing their best. Scott Dart's out there on the first base side right now, joining in on the fun and trying to get things going. All right, we're going to take a quick break here in the BP8 Fitness pregame show here at Labatt Memorial Park. They are trying to get things dried up. We are trying to get you baseball here from the Forest City on MajorsTV.
Go beyond the scores and get to know the athletes who call the Forest City home.
Joseph crushes one.
Game Day London brings you in-depth stories and conversations about London's major teams and the athletes. Whether it's in the rink with the Knights or on the field with the Majors, Game Day London has you covered from the start. For fresh and engaging sports coverage, visit GameDayLondon.com, a proud sponsor of MajorsTV.
Jersey early, whole crew coming, had to work something cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah I did all that. Work, sweat and tears breaking, even no ends, yeah I did all that. Had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that. Yeah, run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my...
Hello, my name is Jim Nuther with Nuther's The Award Store. Come along with me on a virtual tour to take a look at our amazing products and services that we're able to provide to you to help you with your recreation needs.
And welcome back inside Labatt Memorial Park here in London. London Majors, Welland Jackfish, and the rain delay show continues here up in the Game Day London broadcast booth here at BP8 pregame show.
That's some quick dry I see on the field there, Noah. They're trying to get it.
They're doing their best.
They really are. I'm sure they're going to apply some of that in front of the mound right now, too, and out around the infield as they continue to sponge up this Labatt Park infield. Now, the good news for baseball fans, this is the best draining park in the city, and it's not particularly close, right? The drainage system here at Labatt Park is built tremendously well, so they're going to do everything in their power to get this game in. You see Scott Dart raking up the line there, trying to help out any way he can. and some quick dry getting poured out there as well. So there's quite the effort involving not only the grounds crew but also the coaching staff, ownership, and people with the teams to get this game underway. Everybody's doing their best, and we're trying to keep you entertained here on Majors TV.
Dylan, it looks like the radar is showing that this system has shrunk a little bit, and it is pushing south.
Okay.
And I think that's really what they're banking on here, because as we mentioned, there is some more rain expected through the area in now it looks like, I don't know, about another hour or so before we get that second system. So
how quickly can we play 4.5 innings, 5 innings? You think we can get all that done in an hour? Make an official game?
It would be an IBL record, Dylan.
It
would be an IBL record.
Yeah, no, it definitely would be. It's unlikely, but we're hopeful nonetheless.
Do we have any more questions in the chat, Dylan? You've got that out in front of you.
We got a top 5 pop flavors if we're sticking with the food theme. Kennedy's asking us our top 5 pop flavors.
Top 5 pop flavors. All right. Dr. Pepper.
Okay. That's your number 1?
No, this isn't in any particular order. This isn't in any particular order, just top 5. Dr. Pepper, A&W root beer. Coke,
specifically A&W?
Yes. Coke Zero. Big fan of Crush Orange Crush. That's like a childhood memory type thing, back just like jerks at the heart, just makes me feel like I'm back 9 years old again. Fantastic stuff. How many is that? Is that 3?
That's 3. 3 or 4. Dr. Pepper, Coke Zero, Crush,
A&W root beer.
Right, so that's 4. We're at 4.
Okay. I don't know if I got a 4th. I was gonna say ginger ale with whiskey in it, but I don't know if I can say that on the broadcast. Does that not count as a pop anymore if you mix alcohol with it?
Well, some people call alcoholic beverages pops.
Just
so
pops?
Yeah, I guess that works.
You're looking forward to a pop later on tonight. How this game goes. Dylan, first of all, sorry, I don't want to interrupt your 5 pops, but
it's fine.
It looks like they've got this field to what I would consider almost playable.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job on it right now. Eric Collins, the public address announcer, was just about to update the crowd, and then he went over to talk to Scott Dart, the Majors co-owner, and they're removing the tarps as we speak, it looks like. So that's a good sign.
That is a good sign. They're hopeful, and I think they're going to try. There's a little bit of a jump in everybody's step now, so I think what they're doing is they're saying, hey, we've got it dry now. Let's try and get this thing rolling. Let's try and get this ball game going so that if we do get rain later today, we can try and get a few innings in and try to get this game official.
Absolutely. I think that's the ultimate goal, right? They don't want the Welland Jackfish to have traveled down here for nothing. They do want to get some baseball in as much as possible. Some of the majors now heading out to left field to stretch and warm up. I assume the Jackfish will follow suit. I already see Gio Morello out in right field as they're communicating with the crowd as we speak. I'm optimistic. 8:15 first pitch was just announced.
Yeah,
so
just
that's
announced.
The goal.
8:15 first pitch. That's a lot of time away. We got Phil for another 23 minutes, Mr. Baker.
Well, if anybody can do it, Noah, I think you and I can. We got this.
They put us up for the task. They wanted us to start late. We said, we want to start on time. I challenge ourselves to fill as much time as possible here as we still wait and we still wait. Did you give me your top 5 pops?
I did not. No, we were updating the field conditions. So I would say, and this is, again, in no particular order, I would say Sprite's up there for me.
Yeah,
Coke Zero's up there for me.
I'd be mad if Coke Zero wasn't on your list. You asked me to pick you up one on the way here.
I did. You know what? I'll tell you this. I'm not a huge fan of regular Coke anymore. Ever since I've been doing Coke Zero a lot, I think the regular Coke is a little too sugary for my liking.
Don't disagree.
I prefer Coke Zero. I like a good Orange Crush, an Orange Fanta. Those are interchangeable for me. You know what's really good? Crushed Cream Soda. I'm a big Crushed Cream Soda guy.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. What else can I fit in there? And I'd say a root beer. An A&W root beer is a pretty good root beer.
A&W root beer out of the frosted glass at A&W is elite. It might be one of the greatest things ever known to man.
Really?
Yeah,
You're
I
that
think so.
confident about it,
I think so. Out of the frosted glass at the A&W with a Papa Burger in front of me. It is.
You're a Papa Burger guy? I'm a Teen Burger guy myself.
No, Papa Burger, Mama Burger, Teen Burger.
Doesn't matter to you, eh?
Can't be picky. Can't be picky and get a figure like this, my friend.
Well, listen, we're also at 1,550 subscribers right now on our London Majors YouTube channel. We appreciate each and every one of you. If you are not subscribed, please take the time to do so, because where else would you get conversations about our favorite foods during a rain delay?
Yeah, you have to pay me money to start a podcast if you want to get that kind of content for free.
Yeah.
And if you're paying money, it's not free. So this rain delay continues. We welcome you here inside Labatt Memorial Park. they look like they want to get this game going. And as we mentioned, 8:15 is the scheduled first pitch. So we're going to take one more quick break here and then come back with some more content and hopefully break in to some starting lineups ahead of tonight's contest.
Welcome to Labatt Park in London, Ontario, the world's oldest baseball grounds. Now through Labor Day, book your guided tour and walk the same field as Ty Cobb, Fergie Jenkins, Honus Wagner, and some of baseball's most legendary players. View artifacts from over the years inside the original 1940 clubhouse. Experience baseball history in London, Ontario. Book your guided tour at labattparktours.ca.
Welcome back inside Labatt Memorial Park. Dylan, we have talked this entire time, but there is a third member of our crew, so we'll take it down to Justin Koehler, who is joining us through this fantastic rain delay. Justin?
Oh, so fantastic. What a chaotic way to get a ball game going. You gentlemen are so incredibly cruel for talking soda in my ear this entire time, and I can't say anything back.
Justin, come on. Top 5 pop flavors. Give it to me. Give it to me.
It's tough because I'm the opposite of Dylan, where Coca-Cola is right up there for me. And Coke
Regular
Zero
Coke, really?
is one of the lower ones. It's just what I grew up with, so it's just such a classic soda pop flavor to me. But then I've gotten into the weird ones. Here in London, there's a few places where you can get some of the imported U.S. versions of like Mountain Dew and Dr. Pepper. So they have a couple really out there wacky flavors. Like they have like a cream soda Dr. Pepper, which is to die for. It's spectacular.
That does sound good.
That does sound. Justin, while you're down there on the concourse level, fill us in on what the fans are doing to keep busy. This is not easy for fans here at Labatt Memorial Park to stay engaged when you show up for a 7:35 first pitch, and now it's been bumped back, 35, 40 minutes until 8:15?
Yeah, and the fans are starting to move back into some of the further stands. Everybody was huddled in here, and any fan, and even myself who was in the middle underneath the stands here, was getting hot and humid. So everyone's starting to move back into some of the seating where they started. But to fill the time, they had some of the competitive coin toss out here, which was a lot of fun. Everybody sitting up, sitting down. Even when I was over by the dugout, I think I heard Deolio yell tails at one point. Got it right, gave a little fist bump to it. So it's everyone's trying to entertain themselves a little bit here today, but they're kind of finding some abstract ways to do it so far.
That's an Eric Collins classic game right there. Noah. Justin, this is your first year with us on Majors TV. Every rain delay we've had since Noah and I started, Eric Collins, the PA announcer, brings out that competitive heads or tails. Did you get in on the fun?
I got in a little bit, but I got out pretty quick.
Okay.
I've never, for some reason, luck is not on my side. On what should be a 50-50 shot is maybe like a 70-30 split when I jump in on these games. So if you're ever one of the fans here in attendance and you hear me say heads, probably try and say tails, because chances are somehow, some way, I'm not going to get it right.
Is that a skill issue or a luck issue, you think, Jack?
I'd like to say it's a luck issue, but who knows? It could be a skill issue, too. It might be a happy mix of both, too.
Oh, boy. Well, I'm glad you're having fun down there. Justin Koehler, our man down on the sidelines. We'll join him throughout the rest of the rain delay here. But first, Dylan, let's talk a little bit about what we are seeing here in London tonight. The rain rolled through about 10 minutes to the scheduled first pitch time of 7:35. It poured rain for a solid 10 minutes, and it soaked the field. Now, as you touched on, Labatt Park, some of the best drainage here in the city of London, and I would rival some of the best drainage here in the province of Ontario. And the field has dried up really well. We're going to start baseball here at 8:15 tonight. Yeah,
the plan right now is an 8:15 first pitch between the Majors and the Welland Jackfish. And if it's a team that's maybe a little bit closer, I think they might have canceled the game earlier on. But because Welland has such a long trip to get here, they want to get as much baseball in as possible. We'll see what that number is. We'll see how many innings we get to play, and we'll see when the next system rolls in, because if you look at the radar, there is one coming. But you mentioned the movement of that system. There's a potential that this storm misses us altogether, and that is the hope on the field right now.
Yeah, certainly hoping that it does push south and stay out of the way of London and area. That is what it's doing. I've also mentioned it's kind of shrinking a little bit. The center, I guess, if you want to call, the epicenter of the storm has kind of moved south a little bit. So that's what we're hoping. We are still in a rain delay here in London, though. 8:15 is the scheduled first pitch time here at Labatt Memorial Park. We're going to take a quick break here for some commercials. We'll come back with the BP8 Fitness pregame show here on Majors TV.
Get suited up with us for our big night. We went to Collins Clothiers. They had suits and tuxedos in various colors and styles. The staff helped us pick exactly what we wanted. They custom fit our suits for the perfect fit. They even matched us to our date's dress. It was so much fun trying on suits with the boys on the VIP night. They even got us pizza while we tried clothes on.
For prom kids, of course you're going to be the best dressed.
We felt so confident and looked amazing.
We are back here inside Labatt Memorial Park in London, where the Tarps, Dylan, have come off the field, and we are hoping to get this ball game underway at 8:15 local time.
Yeah, we're rapidly approaching scheduled first pitch as you see it on your screen there. The game is set to begin at 8:15. The teams are out there warming up. The grounds crew putting in the work here tonight. They've had to dry up the field. They've had to put the tarps on, take the tarps off. It's been a busy evening for them, and we're hoping we can get enough of a baseball game in tonight to make it official. And you know what? These are two of the top teams in the Intercounty Baseball League, so if we are able to get some baseball in, it should be a good contest.
Yeah, that's certainly what we're hoping for with tonight's contest. There's a lot of excitement around the game tonight. I know a lot of fans were excited to see it. It's always fun when a team like the Welland Jackfish come to town, always competitive. Every year, seems year after year, these are competitive matchups. So always exciting when they're in town, but the rain has kind of ruined the mood a little bit here in London on this Friday night. And boy, oh boy, I don't think it helped Dylan with the heat at all. It is still awfully hot and sticky out there. And Justin, he came up after our little chat there. He said it's terrible down there.
Yeah,
it is sticky, it is gross, and the rain, it might have made it worse.
The humidity certainly was not helped by that rain. I was hoping that if we got a big storm, it would quell some of that humidity, but not the case. It is still very, very warm, very, very sticky at Labatt Memorial Park right now. The fans are out there. They're hoping for a good ball game. Jose Arias is out in the Majors bullpen. Spoiler alert, he's on the bump tonight for the London Majors. We'll talk about the pitching matchup later on when we get a little bit closer to first pitch, but yeah, the weather conditions still warm as the games are underway elsewhere in the Intercounty Baseball League. They're playing baseball at Fergie Jenkins Field in Chatham.
Yeah, it looks like Kitchener has an early 1-0 lead, bottom of the second inning in Chatham at Fergie Jenkins Field, and then top of the third inning in Hamilton. And the Cardinals out in front of the Toronto Maple Leafs by a score of 1-0. Edmonton Oilers play tonight, Dylan. And you know what? I'm a little bit bummed with this rain delay. I was hoping to be able to get home and catch the end of that Game 6, but...
well, what's your prediction? Let's get it in right now on the air so people can hold us to it if we're wrong.
4-2 Oilers forcing the Game 7.
Wow. You know, I say wow, but I'm with you. I'm with you. I would say I'll go 5-3 to be different, but I think 4-2 is a pretty good pick. I think the Oilers win it. I think this series is going 7, and I can't wait to see the result on Monday. When, not if, when it goes to 7.
Do you want to hear the score in the Blue Jays game? You don't.
I mean, kinda.
You don't. You don't want to see it. You don't want to see it.
No? Okay.
Bottom of the second inning in Cleveland, the Guardians up 7-0.
Oh, Yariel Rodriguez's return has not been a good one.
No. Not good, as they would say. Not good.
That's disappointing.
I'm hoping that score is just glitched or something.
Maybe.
The score app sometimes does that.
Yeah.
The line score shows me 5 in the second, but the score shows 7. So one of those things is either wrong or not updated.
Could they have scored 2 in the first and then 5 in the second?
No, it said a 0, but maybe.
Right.
Who knows? Who knows? Bottom of the second inning. Oh, now it says 7.
Perfect.
It is. Yeah.
So
it
much
is
better.
7.
So much better. Right?
There's a look
We're
at the
thrilled
Majors
about that.
down the left field line. Everybody's starting to get warmed up again and ready for this one here tonight.
Work still to be done on this field as the grounds crew trying
looks
to take
pretty
the tarps
good,
off. It does. It does. I mean, you can see a few wet spots around the plate, around the mound, but the infield looks really good. The puddling is completely gone, and they weren't huge puddles, right? But there were some puddles there, and so they were able to take care of those and get this field back into game shape, and it's looking great, quite honestly. I mean, the sun is starting to peek out a little bit, and I think the important thing is starting this game on time, because we don't know how much time we're going to have to get the ball game in once we get started.
Yeah, I would have thought, to be honest with you, that they would have been trying to rush and get this thing started a little bit earlier. We are now about 10 minutes away from the scheduled, I was going to say restart. We haven't started this. Scheduled first pitch is now at 8:15 after the rain moved through the area. Thank you for joining us here on the live stream. If you've been tuned in with us throughout the start of this broadcast, me and Dylan and Justin has joined us for a little bit, has been rambling for the last 38 minutes.
38 minutes of us talking is not easy to
yeah.
stomach. We understand that, so we're glad that you were able to stay with us. At one point, we had over 100 people listening to our rain delay show.
You crazies. You crazies out there.
We appreciate it. We appreciate you.
We certainly do. Any other questions we can answer in the chat, Dylan? We maybe have time for one more conversation point before we get this game going and get into some of the actual game content.
All right, well, let's do top 3 baseball movies then. That's a question we saw.
Top 3 baseball movies. This one's always interesting because depending on who you are and depending on what kind of tugs at the heartstrings, you could have different answers here.
Yep.
I like Moneyball.
Me too.
And I'm not going to say it's my number 1. Once again, this isn't a ranked top 3. This is just my top 3. Moneyball is in there. Field of Dreams. I'm going to be getting some heat here for leaving off some really good movies, but one that I always liked was The Rookie.
Really?
With Dennis Quaid, the teacher, the high school teacher who turns pro. I always liked that movie. I thought it was fun.
Okay. All right.
By no means do I think, like, production-wise and all that, story-wise, that it's like a top baseball movie, but I always liked it.
Yeah.
It was a little bit different. It was a good story. You?
Moneyball is, I think, my number 1. I think I'm confident in saying that Moneyball is my number 1.
You're a stats guy,
I am a
though.
stats
That's
guy.
why I
That's
think
why
you
it's
love
my
that
number
movie.
1. Yeah, absolutely it is. Absolutely it is. You figured me out. So Moneyball is my number 1. And then I would say there's kind of 3. So can I give you a top 4?
I'll let it slide.
Okay.
It slide.
I will
we
say
make the rules here, so.
Field of Dreams is in there. The Sandlot is in there, and I really liked 42. I thought 42 was a really good movie, so it's in my top 4. But number 1 for me, Moneyball. I'm a huge Moneyball fan. I rewatch it every once in a while, and I'm not a big movie guy in general.
Yeah,
but I do
agree.
rewatch Moneyball every once in a while. Just to check it out.
42 and Moneyball came out in like a 2-year span.
They did.
In like the 2010 era. They
Good
came out
time
in like
for baseball movies.
Yeah, they came out in like a 2-year span, which is crazy to think because when you look at like all-time baseball movies, damn it, Dylan, Major League. How did I leave Major League out of the top 3?
I thought about it. I had it. I thought about it. It's not in my top 4.
It's
it's
a sports comedy.
Yeah.
Miracle. I left Miracle off. That's not a baseball movie, but it's just now I'm just thinking sports movies.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there are lots
really
of good ones
There's
out
some
there.
really good movies. All right, we're going to take one more commercial break here on a BP8 Fitness pregame show. When we come back, we've got some IBL baseball on deck. We'll go through the starting lineups, the starting pitchers, and more here on Majors TV.
When you need a night out, Throw London is on point. With an atmosphere that's a cut above, Throw London brings together the best in knife throwing, axe throwing, and darts. So it's the perfect spot for a date night, night out with friends, leagues, and team building for the office. You've got to be 13 or older to throw pointy objects and 19 plus to enjoy their fully licensed offerings. It's the best spot in London for some fun with an edge. London's original knife throwing. Check them out at 2190 Dundas Street East and online at ithrow.ca. That's ITHROW.ca.
beyond the scores and get to know the athletes who call the Forest City home.
Joseph crushes one.
Game Day London brings you in-depth stories and conversations about London's major teams and the athletes. Whether it's in the rink with the Knights or on the field with the Majors, Game Day London has you covered from the start. For fresh and engaging sports coverage, visit GameDayLondon.com, a proud sponsor of MajorsTV.
In London, Ontario, the world's oldest baseball grounds. Now through Labor Day, book your guided tour and walk the same field as Ty Cobb, Fergie Jenkins, Honus Wagner, and some of baseball's most legendary players. View artifacts from over the years inside the original 1940 clubhouse. Experience baseball history in London, Ontario. Book your guided tour at labattparktours.ca.
Get suited up with us for our big night. We went to Collins Clothiers. They had suits and tuxedos in various colors and styles. The staff helped us pick exactly what we wanted. They custom fit our suits for the perfect fit. They even matched us to our date's dress. It was so much fun trying on suits with the boys on the VIP night. They even got us pizza while we tried clothes on.
The prom kids, of course, are going to be the best dressed.
We felt so confident and looked amazing.
Good evening and welcome back to Labatt Memorial Park. I'm your host, Justin Koehler with MajorsTV, and the weather's finally light up, and it looks like we're actually going to get some IBL baseball today. Incredibly excited to have you here, and today, the Welland Jackfish are in town. The defending champions are here to take on your London Majors. The team is currently coming off of a really good win back on Tuesday in what started off as a bit of a tight race between the two, but the London Majors came ahead of the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers in a tight 7-6 game thanks to a walk-off the not bat of Byron Reichstein. So they're hoping to keep that success rolling and hopefully try to get their 10th win today as well, currently sitting with a 9-4 record, and they're hoping to do so against the Jackfish. And so without further ado, let's send it back up to the Game Day London press box and hopefully get this game going. Gentlemen?
Justin, thank you. Noah's actually gone out. We're having some issues with the cameras in the rain, so Noah's not in the Game Day London broadcast booth with me right now. But welcome to the BP8 Fitness pregame show. As Justin mentioned, the Majors coming off a thrilling 7-6 victory over the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers in 10 innings on Tuesday night. Victor Payano got the start in that one through 6 strong innings, allowed 3 earned runs. It was a quality start for him. The Majors made a lot of defensive gaffes in that game. There were a lot of defensive errors. 3 were charged originally. They added a few on post-game, so there were a lot of errors, and the Majors are going to look to shore that up here in today's contest against a very, very good Welland Jackfish squad. The Jackfish this season sitting in first place in the Intercounty Baseball League, coming into today riding an 8-game winning streak. So the Jackfish are red hot, and the Majors are going to have to play a very, very strong game if they want to have any hope of beating the Jackfish here tonight. The guy that they are entrusting with the ball today to face the Welland Jackfish is the right-hander and the ace of this Majors staff, Jose Arias, as we take a look at the pitching matchup brought to you by Throw London, London's original knife throwing. Arias is 2-3 on the season. He's got a .532 earned run average, and for Arias it's been a significant amount of bad luck, just some hits at the wrong times for him. You look back to his start against Hamilton on Pack the Park Day. He allowed a double on a 3-2 count with 2 out with a runner at first base. So Tyler Duncan, that runner, was on the move on the pitch. He was able to score. Arias striking out 9.24 batters per 9 innings and walking 3.20. On the other side, it's Enrique Saldana getting the start for the Welland Jackfish. This is a really intriguing arm, and we'll tell you why as the game progresses. This season, he's 2-0 with a .437 ERA, and you look at the strikeouts per 9 number, it's not very elevated at just 2.92 K per 9, 0.73 walks per 9, so Saldana will not issue very many free passes, and the Welland Jackfish will lean upon him in today's ballgame to take on the Majors offense, which has been successful over its last few games, with the potential exception of the game against the Hamilton Cardinals for Pack the Park, where the Majors only generated 3 runs of offense. It should be a pretty good one between the 2 starting pitchers here today, as you get a look at the Majors getting introduced onto the field. The U11 North London Nationals are out there as well. The umpires for today's game, you see home plate umpire Justin Snively topping there. Steve Cochran, he's over at third base, and Ben Flesher is the first base umpire in this evening's contest. As we're nearly set for baseball, and we didn't think we'd get to this point. You may have heard Noah and I talking in the pregame show and the pre-pregame show with the weather that was rolling in, the weather that we had already. There was some puddling on the field. The grounds crew has done an absolutely phenomenal job with this diamond. You get a look at it on your screen. It is in game shape. It is game ready. We'll see how long this is able to last as Cleveland Brownlee gets a rousing applause from the crowd that's still here. And there's a pretty good chunk of these fans that have stuck around for this ball game, so hopefully they get treated to a few good innings of baseball. We appreciate you bearing with us during the pregame show as well. It was about 40 minutes of Justin, Noah, and I just trying to fill some time as we talked about pop flavors, chip flavors, favorite movies. But we're now ready for baseball between 2 of the top 3 teams in the Intercounty Baseball League, the Welland Jackfish and the London Majors. Jackfish in first place, Majors down in third. It's going to be a really, really good ball game. Lots of good baseball on the horizon. We will take a quick break for the national anthem and be right back. This has been the BP8 Fitness pregame show, functional strength training for everybody.
Welcome to Labatt Park in London, Ontario, the world's oldest baseball grounds. Now through Labor Day, book your guided tour and walk the same field as Ty Cobb, Fergie Jenkins, Honus Wagner, and some of baseball's most legendary players. View artifacts from over the years inside the original 1940 clubhouse. Experience baseball history in London, Ontario. Book your guided tour at labattparktours.ca.
Get suited up with us for our big night. We went to Collins Clothiers. They had suits and tuxedos in various colors and styles. The staff helped us pick exactly what we wanted. They custom fit our suits for the perfect fit. They even matched us to our date's dress. It was so much fun trying on suits with the boys on the VIP night. They even got us pizza while we tried clothes on.
The prom kids, of course, are going to be the best dressed.
We felt so confident and looked amazing.
When you need a night out, Throw London is on point. With an atmosphere that's a cut above, Throw London brings together the best in knife throwing, axe throwing, and darts. So it's the perfect spot for a date night, night out with friends, leagues, and team building for the office. You've got to be 13 or older to throw pointy objects and 19 plus to enjoy their fully licensed offerings. It's the best spot in London for some fun with an edge. London's original knife throwing. Check them out at 2190 Dundas Street East and online at ithrow.ca. That's ITHROW.ca.
Hello, my name is Jim Nuther with Nuther's Award Store. Come along with me on a virtual tour to take a look at our amazing products and services that we're able to provide to you to help you with your recreation needs.
Go beyond the scores and get to know the athletes who call the Forest City home.
Joseph crushes one.
Game Day London brings you in-depth stories and conversations about London's major teams and the athletes. Whether it's in the rink with the Knights or on the field with the Majors, Game Day London has you covered from the start. For fresh and engaging sports coverage, visit GameDayLondon.com, a proud sponsor of MajorsTV.
Welcome back inside Labatt Memorial Park here in London. The rain delay has come to an end, and Dylan, it is time for baseball here in London.
Yeah, it feels good to be saying that, Noah. Almost an hour after scheduled first pitch time at 7:35, the rain came in right before we were set to get going, so we are extremely delayed in this contest, and we wondered if they were going to rush to get this thing going at 8 o'clock. Was not the case. We may get this thing started at right around 8:30, which, if you look at the radar, is when the next storm's set to roll in. So we're going to try to get some baseball in here tonight. Obviously, the players are all dedicated to that. So, too, is the Majors staff and the grounds crew. And we're hopeful we can get some ball in.
Certainly are hopeful. You mentioned the starting pitchers while I was out doing some technical stuff, and I thank you for that, Mr. Baker. Now let's take a look at the visiting lineup here for the Welland Jackfish as we take a look at who gets to face off against Jose Arias tonight.
Yeah, Gio Morello leads things off for the Welland Jackfish in today's ball game. Only played 4 games so far this season, but hitting .444 in those contests. He's followed by Jake Sanford, just recently acquired from the Ottawa Titans. He is a former third-round pick of the New York Yankees. Steve Moretto in the 3 spot, and Steve Moretto is one of the better bats in this Welland Jackfish lineup. One of the better bats in the Intercounty Baseball League, hitting .262 on the season, has 6 home runs and 6 doubles up to this point. So Moretto delivers lots of power, and so too does the guy right after him. Robert Mullen, the former catcher for the London Majors, was nearly IBL MVP, in his time with the Majors. He's continued that success since he joined Welland. Mateo Portolato, who's up to a flaming hot start, bats 5th. Then it's Grayson Barrett, Tyler Dupuis, Dawson Tweet, and Ethan Hunt to round out the lineup that will play in front, or behind, I should say, Enrique Saldana.
Well, Arias finishes up his warm-up pitches, and we get you ready to go here on a Friday night. Muggy here in the city of London. Rain earlier and some rain expected later on. But the ball game ready to go here as we wait and wait. Nearly an hour after the originally scheduled time of the first pitch of 7:35. Some more baseball here tonight in London. 2 home games this weekend for the Majors. They are back here on Sunday against the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers.
This is a 5-game homestand for the Majors. They played last Friday here against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Then on Sunday for Pack the Park against the Hamilton Cardinals. They took on Chatham-Kent in a makeup game on Tuesday night, and then over here against Welland tonight before seeing Chatham-Kent again on Sunday. And then they see them again on Tuesday in Chatham. So it's a lot of Chatham 3 times in a week-long span. So we'll see how the 2 teams like each other after that stretch.
We are just about ready to go as the final warm-up pitch thrown to the plate. The throw down to second Good, and we are ready to get this thing rolling here in London. Thank you for joining us wherever you are tuned in from tonight. Noah Smith, Dylan Baker, joined on the field by Justin Koehler throughout the ball game. Our entire Majors TV broadcast crew bringing you the coverage tonight. It's the Welland Jackfish and the London Majors. We are just about ready to go. Morello rolls to the plate here in the top of the first inning. And Arias goes into the windup for the first pitch of tonight's ball game at 8:24 p.m.
Well, it was originally scheduled at 7:35. After the delay, it was scheduled for 8:15, and eventually it's 8:24 that we get this ball game started. And good to see baseball here at Labatt Park.
Arias ready after our first pitch strike delivered to the plate. Now this one fouled off over top of the screen and out of play. He's ahead 0-2 early here on Morello.
Good sign for Jose Arias getting ahead of Gio Morello early. The walks haven't been a problem for him this season, only 9 across his innings up to this point, but he hasn't been generating the strikeouts that he was in his last season with the Majors.
Arias, the 0-2 to the plate will be bounced, and that one's going to hit off Justin Snively topping behind the plate, and he's going to take a long stroll. And already a little bit of a delay here. Roop Janadat's going to come out and just chat it over with him and make sure everything is okay. Justin Snively, crew chief, home plate umpire today. Steve Crocker is at third, and Ben Flesher is the first base umpire.
Yeah, that pitch from Jose Arias was just simply spiked in the dirt. It was ahead of where DeOlio could catch it, and it bounced and hit the home plate umpire. But he seems to be all right, and we're going to resume here.
Morello in that crouch stance. In the left-hand batter's box as Arias delivers right-hander to the plate. Called strike 3 to open up the ball game. Morello thought it was off the plate.
Really, really good pitch there from Jose Arias. Came with the off-speed and had Gio Morello fooled. He'll ask where that pitch was to the home plate umpire. It was certainly close. Morello thought it was ball 2. Eventually it finds the zone, and it's a big first out. I mentioned those strikeouts that Arias had in his last stint with the Majors, over 126 and 2/3 innings. Jose Arias had 169 strikeouts. He set the single-season record for the London Majors. Now that includes playoffs in that total. Arias has not been able to have the same success. He was around 12 strikeouts per 9 in his first year, up at 9 right now.
Jake Sanford to the plate now here for Welland as that first pitch will miss outside. One gone already to open up the ball game here as Arias finds the outside edge. Sanford patrolling left field in tonight's ball game. As this one misses low, scooped out of the dirt by Eduardo DeOlio. You're going to see a lot of that tonight, Dylan, wiping the sweat off the forehead there, Arias, and trying to control where the moisture is. 2-1, hit on the ground, over at first base, up into the chest there, thrown over to first. Arias in time to cover. Nice play by Cardoso and Arias to get the second out.
Yeah, really good play there by Caden Cardoso and Jose Arias. That hop jumped up and caught Cardoso off guard. He was able to nab it in the chest and flip it over to Arias. You brought up the point of the moisture because of the humidity and the heat in today's ball game. The other thing to watch for is if a ball gets hit on the ground, Jose Arias might be going through a lot of baseballs or be wiping them off on his uniform, because I can imagine the grass is still pretty slick and wet out there after the rain we got earlier.
As mentioned, things dried off really well, all things considered. But I imagine the grass still a little bit moist as this first pitch curveball will miss outside from Arias. Steve Moretto is the batter here with 2 quick outs against Welland here in the top of the first inning. Off the end of the bat into shallow center field. Ranging over is Tommy Reyes-Cruz onto the right side of the bag and makes the catch to retire the side in order here on the top of the first. That's a pretty clean start to the ball game for Jose Arias.
Absolutely it is, Noah. Jose Arias with a very, very good start to this one, only throwing 10 pitches in that first inning. That's exactly where he wants to be. He wants to be quick and efficient, and that's what everybody's hoping for in the ball game today with the rain that's potentially on the horizon. Good to see Tommy Reyes-Cruz as well over at shortstop. He's missed the last couple of games. He's back in the lineup, and he'll be batting leadoff in today's lineup for the Majors.
Well, we talked about the starting pitchers here, who is heading to the plate for the London Majors as we check out the home lineup here for London in tonight's game.
Tommy Reyes-Cruz, as mentioned, will lead things off. He's at shortstop today. Tristan Osika, who's been on fire since he joined the Majors lineup, though he did go 0 for on Tuesday night. He's batting second at third base today. It's the first time we've seen Osika play third in his stint with the Majors. Caden Cardoso in his typical 3 spot. He's over at first. Eduardo Deolio cleaning up and catching. Byron Reichstein batting fifth. He is in right field tonight. Starling Joseph drops down to the 6th spot in left. Cleveland Brownlee batting 7th. The designated hitter, Gibson Krasminski, is in the 8th spot. He's at second base. And Champ Garner goes from the leadoff spot to the number 9 spot. He's in center field.
That is the lineup, the 9 that the Majors send out there today here in this Friday night contest against the Welland Jackfish. Just finishing up the warm-up pitches here as we head to the bottom of the first inning. If you are just tuning in on the broadcast, we had a rain delay to kick off our content for you here tonight. A lot of rain moved through maybe 10 minutes before the scheduled first pitch. We were about 5 minutes before we were about to go to air, Dylan, when it started raining. And it rained hard, and it pushed our start time back almost an hour, 50 minutes past the scheduled first pitch time before we finally get underway here tonight. And we're hoping, crossing our fingers, that the rain stays away.
Yeah, just long enough for us to get this ball game in. And if it does rain, we hope that it's just a light drizzle that doesn't impact the playing conditions too much, because it'd be really nice to get a Friday night in here at Labatt Park.
Tommy Reyes-Cruz will stroll to the plate here to begin the bottom half of the first inning. The leadoff batter tonight. And we'll look to try and get things going. It was a quick top half of the first inning for the Jackfish on the sticks, and now London will look to try and kick things off. Justin talked to Roop in the Roop's report today, and one of the things that Roop talked about was getting going early, hitting the ball and getting ahead early in ball games. We'll see if the Majors can accomplish that here this evening.
Tommy Reyes-Cruz, as mentioned, was away from the team for just a little bit. His last game was on June 7th against the Barrie Baycats in that 4-0 Majors loss.
This one fouled off down the left field line and out of play. Count will be evened up at 1-1.
It makes sense that Roop would mention to Justin that he wants the team to start early, because in their past 2 games, they allowed an early run to the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers on Tuesday and several early runs against the Hamilton Cardinals during the Pack the Park game. So Roop wants to see his team get ahead first.
Fouled off towards the wall. A look from Hunt, who was over towards the Majors dugout, and watches that one sail into the seats. Count goes to 1-2.
Enrique Saldana on the mound for the Welland Jackfish in today's ball game. He's a really interesting case because he played throughout the minor leagues as a 2-way player in the Colorado Rockies and St. Louis Cardinals organization. He only started pitching in the minor leagues in 2018, and he has come to the Jackfish as, to our knowledge, a full-time pitcher.
Delivery with the curveball will miss low. Count moves to 2-2 on Reyes-Cruz. And Saldana, a guy that we're getting to have our first looks at here in London. See if the Jackfish want to try and get some innings out of him today, as Reyes-Cruz will foul it off. A pretty good at-bat to begin the ball game.
Yeah, a really good job by Tommy Reyes-Cruz so far. And one of the first things I noticed when looking at Enrique Saldana is that rush delivery. He's got a very quick delivery to the plate. He starts in the windup and then just quickly motors through it to release that pitch. He's very aggressive in the way he delivers the baseball.
Just missing off the plate there with the 2-2. Both Robert Mullen and Saldana both thought they might have had the outer edge there. No bite from the home plate umpire. Count moves to full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And here is the delivery. In the air, left center field. Morello over to his right, and he'll be there in the gap to make the catch for the first out.
Pretty solid contact off the bat of Tommy Reyes-Cruz right there, sending that to left center field. Morello, it looked like for a moment maybe didn't see it in the night sky, but was able to track it down and make the routine grab there to get a first out for Saldana. We saw the 2-strike count there against Reyes-Cruz. In case you missed it in our throw pitching matchup in the BP8 Fitness pregame show, strikeout's not really the thing for Saldana. Only has 4 strikeouts throughout his 12 1/3 innings of work so far with the Welland Jackfish.
Don't always have to do it yourself. You got the 8 guys behind you. This one ripped into the gap, coming on from left field. And what a catch from Sanford, ranging in and to his left.
More solid contact off the bat of Tristan Osika. He hit that ball hard to the left center field gap, but Jake Sanford had a beat on it the whole way and into a slide, made a terrific catch out in left field. A really good job by the Jackfish left fielder, tracking that baseball and picking it up just before it could hit the ground.
So 2 outs here now as Caden Cardoso strolls to the plate here for London. Watch that first pitch go wide, and now readies for the 1-0 delivery. Outside edge, took a little bit off that one. Strike 1.
Cardoso coming into the ballgame running a 13-game hitting streak. He has hit safely in every game the Majors have played this season, trying to keep that up here. He got game 13 out of the way in the first inning on Tuesday night.
Always so much nicer when you can keep those streaks alive early in the ball game. He's going to get this one in the air, right center field, chasing back Morello. Long way to go on the warning track, and he makes the catch. Cardoso hit it well, but it's a deep ballpark out in right center field here in London. Hung up enough for Morello to make the catch and retire the side in order. Quick 1, 2, 3 innings on both sides of the ball here in the first. We'll go to a break. You're watching London Majors Baseball here on Majors TV.
Welcome to Labatt Park in London, Ontario, the world's oldest baseball grounds. Now through Labor Day, book your guided tour and walk the same field as Ty Cobb, Fergie Jenkins, Honus Wagner, and some of baseball's most legendary players. View artifacts from over the years inside the original 1940 clubhouse. Experience baseball history in London, Ontario. Book your guided tour at labattparktours.ca.
Back inside Labatt Memorial Park, a look inside the Majors dugout, and Dylan, maybe some of those rain clouds making their way back towards us here.
Yeah, it's not looking too great beyond the backstop here. Some pretty dark clouds. You and I were just looking at the radar between innings. It looks like it'll be light until what time did you say, Noah?
Well, it says rain maybe 9:30, but the heavy stuff, it looks like starting around 10. If the radar stays the same, it hasn't all night. So really giving you this weather report, it does nothing for you.
No, not really, but
There's
we're
another
trying.
look at it. There's another look at it.
Yeah, that might give you a better...
Fantastic look on our Game Day London mobile camera there of the looming weather here in London. That's kind of what we've been dealing with since, I don't know, maybe 7 o'clock. It was a pretty good batting practice for both teams, but as they started to do the infield, that's when the clouds started to roll in, and you could feel the rain was coming.
Absolutely, you could. You mentioned something probably around 6:45, and then by the time the teams were starting their infields, it was long gone. The rain was pouring, and they were going to have to do some work on the field, and they did.
So to the top of the second inning we go. As mentioned, both pitchers a 1-2-3 first inning of work. And now Jose Arias back out to the hill for London with a first pitch that's smacked down the line, but foul.
Arias facing his former battery mate in Robert Mullen. The two were teammates in the 2022 IBL champion London Majors. Mullen did not play in the IBL last year, returns this season to the league with the Welland Jackfish, hitting .345 across 14 games.
And he's going to rip one down the left field line, cut off by Starling Joseph, and it's going to hold Mullen to a single. A leadoff single, first hit of the ball game for Welland here in the second.
Really hard hit ball off the bat of Robert Mullen. If that one rolled to the corner, he had extra bases, but Joseph did a great job of cutting it off. And Mullen seemed to almost know what was coming from Jose Arias there. He only faced 2 pitches from the Majors right-hander, and he was right on both of them. A little bit early on the first offering, ripped it foul, and then scorched that line drive down the left field line. So Mullen is aboard for Welland to begin the second frame.
Mateo Porcelato will come to the plate now. Leadoff man on for the Jackfish here in the top of the second inning. Popped up. Osika over into foul territory and now has to go back towards the line to make the catch, but he holds on.
Bit of an adventurous play there for Tristan Osika. Nearly overran that baseball in foul territory. Osika getting his first action at third base for the Majors this season. Victor Plaz getting the night off tonight for London. Osika had been playing at shortstop in the absence of Tommy Reyes-Cruz. Now with Reyes-Cruz returning, Osika slides over to third and is into the ball game defensively with his first play there.
Now sets up a chance for a ground ball to get out of the inning here. And first pitch watched by Barrett.
Grayson Barrett hitting .344 this year across 11 games. Does not have a home run, but has already driven in 17 runs this season.
In the dirt, blocked by DeOlio. Mullen's not going to go anywhere. He'll stay at first base. Count 1-1 here.
In the game against the Guelph Royals last Father's Day, which was the last time the Welland Jackfish were in action, Barrett went 2 for 4 with a double. He drove in 3 runs in that contest. Did strike out twice, so he is a strikeout candidate here for Jose Arias.
Has a 1-1 count on him right now. Swings through that pitch on the inside portion of the plate. 1-2.
Barrett, a native of Bakersfield, California, attended Taft College and Texas Wesleyan College in Fort Worth.
In a 1-2 hole here against Jose Arias. Top of the second inning, man aboard. And a swing and a miss on a ball down in the dirt. Strikeout for out number 2.
Mentioned that Barrett was certainly a strikeout candidate. Only has 8 strikeouts on the season, but struck out twice on Sunday against the Guelph Royals. Really good pitch sequencing there from Jose Arias. Looked like he took something off as that changeup dove towards the dirt and got a swing and a miss for the second out.
Majors have 2 outs now in the inning. After the leadoff single by Robert Mullen, he still stands over at first base. Arias trying to strand him there here in the inning. This one hit hard, up the middle, into center field out front of Champ Garner. 90 feet apiece here for Mullen and Dupuis with the base hit.
Tyler Dupuis continues his solid start to the season. Hit that baseball hard. For a moment, I wondered if Gibson Krasminski was going to be able to get up and make the catch on that baseball. A little too far over his head. It winds up in center field, and Arias, just as he looked to be getting out of trouble, he runs into a little bit more of it with that single.
So Dawson Tweet will come to the plate now. 2 outs here, but a man now in scoring position. If he can find a ball into the gap to try and score Robert Mullen. 2 outs, Mullen will get a little bit of a jump on the ball. And if he can keep it straight away from one of the outfielders, we'll have a good shot at scoring him as well as he swings through that first pitch. And it's 0-1.
I like that pitch call there from Eduardo DeOlio. You know Dawson Tweet batting in the 8th spot is going to be eager to get something going for his offense. A breaking ball catches him off guard.
0-1 delivery. This one chopped off the end of the bat into left field, but coming on is Starling Joseph to make the catch and retire the side here in the top of the second inning.
All in all, not a bad inning for Jose Arias. He does allow the 2 base runners to reach on a pair of singles. One of them hit hard, one of them not hit hard at all, that Starling Joseph catches there to end the inning. and he only threw 10 pitches in that frame. It's been 10 pitches in the first, 10 pitches in the second. Jose Arias has been very efficient in his work up to this point, and he'll need to be if he wants to pitch deep into this ball game. He's been generating more contact. We talked about that earlier. There's been more contact this season from his opponents than what we've seen in years past, and Arias has to find a way to continue to be successful while allowing for that extra contact, and right there pitched his way out of a jam with 2 runners on.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Dylan, but one of the things that Roop also said in his pregame chat with Justin was how aggressive the Welland Jackfish are. And we're not just talking about on the base pass where we know they like to run. They're aggressive at the plate, and you'll see that there. They picked up 2 hits, grabbed 2 base runners in that inning, and it was still a 10-pitch inning for Jose Arias. They like to swing early in the counts, and they try to prey on that as opposed to something that's negative. They try to make that a part of their ball game, and it works a lot.
Well, if you're getting a strike early in the at-bat, why not swing at it, right? You don't always have to be working the counts. If there's a pitch that looks like it's a good one to hit, why not go after it right away? As it looks like, actually, completely off topic. Looks like the rain has begun again out there as some fans migrate to under the main grandstand here.
I wouldn't consider that at all off topic, Dylan. It has been the topic of the evening.
It's not on the topic of the Welland Jackfish offense, that's for sure, though they can certainly make it rain with some long balls. They've got lots of power in that lineup. But yes, the rain has resumed here at Labatt Park, though it's been very light up to this point.
We have seen teams send fans running to the exits before. This time they're just going to the grandstand trying to get some cover. Fans, I wouldn't say they're plentiful tonight, Dylan. It has not been... listen, I love baseball as much as the next guy. It has not been great baseball watching weather this week. The Tuesday night game was a makeup game, and I know the fans weren't out in droves in that night, but here tonight it's a little bit uncomfortable.
It is. It's hot, it's humid, and the rain is coming down here at Labatt Park, and certainly that's kept some fans away as well.
Well, we knew it was coming. The rain back here in London. We'll hope it stays light. It looks like it is fairly light right now as we begin the bottom of the second inning. First pitch to Eduardo De Olio. Breaking ball, they went outside, and it missed off the plate.
De Olio hitting .250 this season, a little far away from where he was last year, batting .333. Trying to find that offensive stroke that he had last year. His on-base percentage only 38 points higher than his average. It's at .288. It's a lot lower than where you'd like it to be. De Olio does have 4 home runs, still trying to find the consistent stroke.
Jammed him inside. Fights that one off to right center field. Coming in is Porchelato to make the catch for the first out.
Good play there by Mateo Porchelato out in right field, tracking that baseball down. You may have seen on your screen the second baseman, Dawson Tweet, was going out there. He really had no idea where that baseball was. He was quite a ways off. But Porchelato, the outfielder who has priority, took control, was in command of the play there, called the ball, and made the catch.
It's not a great sky to catch a dirty baseball on right now. It's kind of got that tint to it. On top of that, Dawson Tweet, when he's running out there, he's running backwards. He's in a full tilt sprint, and he's got the rain coming down on him as well. So it's a much easier catch for the right fielder to make. Porchelato coming in, and he took over control there. Byron Reichstein at the plate now. So big part of the Majors win on Tuesday night, come from behind in a walk-off win.
Yes, it was. I was trying to figure out the best pun that I could make in that contest for the walk-off win.
You did a good job. You did a good job.
Thank you.
A 1-1 to Reichstein will miss up and out of the plate.
I was worried that if I said it was a walk-off and emphasized the walk, people wouldn't catch it, so I went a walk-off on a walk. And I look back, maybe I could have gone the other way, but...
No, it worked. Reichstein with a healthy cut through that one. Maybe took something off that one to Saldana, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, really good off-speed pitch there from Enrique Saldana. Gets the chase from Byron Reichstein. Got to have a lot of confidence to throw the off-speed stuff, especially in weather like this. It does not favor the pitchers.
2-2 delivery. Here's the right-hander to the plate, and Reichstein was guessing wrong on a 2-2 fastball. It's a strikeout for out number 2.
Yeah, Reichstein perhaps thinking there was going to be an off-speed pitch on the way from Saldana after the last one was so successful, but he comes right back with the fastball and freezes Byron Reichstein in the left-handed batter's box for a big second out.
So that'll bring Starling Joseph to the plate here as the rain continues to fall here in London. Enrique Saldana looking to have himself a quick bottom of the second.
You really get a good look at the rain on our Game Day 11 mobile camera, don't you, Noah?
different view down there at field level. Just inside to Joseph, and Robert Mullen, a little bit of a look back there. I think he was wondering just where that one missed. And that was a big bolt of lightning.
Oh boy, I didn't see it. I was looking down at my screen here.
And I'll tell you what, Dylan, I didn't see the bolt of lightning. I saw the reflection off the windows of the courthouse.
Wow. Was that intense, eh?
So the umpires are going to pull everybody off the field here.
There was no hesitation for Justin Simley topping the home plate umpire immediately. It was time, everybody off.
Well, it looks like we are going back to the rain delay here in London. We're going to go take a break. We'll sort things out here on a broadcast level and get you the updates on this game when we come back.
Welcome to Labatt Park in London, Ontario, the world's oldest baseball grounds. Now through Labor Day, book your guided tour and walk the same field as Ty Cobb, Fergie Jenkins, Honus Wagner, and some of baseball's most legendary players. View artifacts from over the years inside the original 1940 clubhouse. Experience baseball history in London, Ontario. Book your guided tour at labattparktours.ca.
Get suited up with us for our big night. We went to Collins Clothiers. They had suits and tuxedos in various colors and styles. The staff helped us pick exactly what we wanted. They custom fit our suits for the perfect fit. They even matched us to our date's dress. It was so much fun trying on suits with the boys on the VIP night. They even got us pizza while we tried clothes on.
For prom kids, of course, you're going to be the best dressed.
We felt so confident and looked amazing.
Back here inside Labatt Memorial Park here as rain delay number 2 comes your way here on our Majors TV coverage of tonight's ball game. The tarps are going back on. I don't think we're going to get to finish this game, Dylan.
I'd be pretty surprised if we did. No, I mean, you look at the radar, it's not promising. You look at the rain out there, it's also not promising. I don't envy whoever is in charge of taking down the center field camera tonight, and I've got a bad feeling it might be me. But
it's you.
Yeah, it's not looking great.
You
right
didn't
now,
bring
that's
your
for
umbrella?
Sure. You know what? Let's find out if I did.
Okay.
Because I usually do keep an umbrella. We got nothing better to do.
If
so
you
let's
do,
check.
if you do, you're.
Oh! Can we get up here, Cal?
Put the booth camera
Can we go
on,
with
Cal.
the booth camera? Because my goodness.
Open it.
No, absolutely not. No, we're not
open the umbrella.
We do have an umbrella. It was packed in the backpack. We are all set.
You know what that means? I can tell you exactly who's taking down the center field camera, and his name is Dylan Baker.
Oh, yeah, no, got that one set up for myself. That was not smart of me. I should have just said I didn't have it. Eh?
I just want to address the rumors going on in the chat right now. I will not be taking part in any slip and slides.
We've got that great video of the 2021 run where Hayden Jaco dives across the field during a rain delay. Oh,
there you can see it on the screen. That was not a camera flicker. That was the lightning, folks.
You see,
we got some
Reichstein.
brave men. There's a loud rumble of thunder.
I can't express how little I'm looking forward to getting on that giant metal ladder and standing out there to take down this center field camera.
Well, I can tell you what, we're waiting until this thing passes through before we tear down anything not underneath the grandstand.
Yeah, that'll be nice at 11 p.m.
Just trying to pull up here, Dylan. Yeah, we are just getting into the thick of things here on the radar. But the good news is this looks like it'll pass in about an hour.
Do you think they're going to wait another hour?
No. I just meant that we won't have to wait till like 11 to go take down the rest of the cameras.
You know what
the battery will probably die before then. Oh, maybe not. That's normal game time.
I suppose so, yeah. You see the rain really coming down out there. I feel bad that I didn't offer my umbrella to Jacob or Clint, our two camera guys that had to be out in the rain. I didn't realize I had it. But I should have offered.
Should have given them a chance. You should have. Yeah. A little mean for you not to. It is really coming down right now. This ball game is not going to continue.
It's I'm with you there. No, we usually don't like to make any bold calls.
I don't think that's bold. I think that's pretty safe. I think that's pretty safe.
I would say so. It certainly does not look good. Like, you can see the raindrops on the camera right now as they're hitting the tarps. It's not great. Our buddy Matt Hiscox in the chat saying that you, Clint, and myself, we should race around the infield. I don't think that's very safe right now.
No. Listen, if it was just rain, you could maybe convince me. We've seen two now pretty nasty bolts of lightning.
Yes.
The one that stopped this game, and then the one that we got a little bit of on camera there. I'm not going out there. No way.
Not a chance.
My volunteer salary is not going to pay the hospital bills when I get struck by lightning.
There was another one right there.
Yeah, there was another one.
And now I don't know. Wow, huge.
Well, how many
drop
are you
of
supposed
thunder.
to? Are you supposed to count seconds after the lightning? Because that was about 0.8 seconds.
So that means
the storm is here. It's on top of us.
That's what do they say? Every second, it's a kilometer away.
Something,
so that'd be like 800 meters away.
800 meters away.
Yeah, it's close. It is certainly very, very close right now.
And oh boy, look at that rain.
It's showing no signs of letting up at the moment. Let me tell you, holy smokes! They just announced the winning 50-50 ticket number. I can't imagine the jackpot is very high.
I just pulled it up on my phone here, Dylan. It looks like the game is still underway in Chatham. How they've managed to avoid all this rain is beyond me.
Yeah.
They usually get whatever's coming here about an hour before we do.
So the rainstorm, though, it was coming down from Sarnia, right?
Yep.
It was following the trajectory of the 402, and it wasn't on the 401 at all in that Chatham area. So I guess Chatham just avoided it. And
there is a swimming pool out on the diamond right now.
How many sponges would it take to sponge?
There is not enough. There is not enough sponges in the world to clean up.
In the world, probably.
Okay,
Not in the city of London.
Yeah. But at this point, you're soaking up whatever's coming down. And I will say, these new LED lights they have here are illuminating those droplets very nicely as they come down.
Yes, they are.
Just finding anything to talk about here. 2-0 Kitchener leads in Chatham right now, bottom of the fourth inning. Toronto and Hamilton tied in the bottom of the fourth at Bernie Arbor Stadium. There's a happy birthday chant going on inside the back. Did you catch who that was for?
I did. It's Eric Collins, the public address announcer. His son Henry. It's his birthday today. So
would you look at that?
They're singing happy birthday.
Well, isn't that something? There's our umpire, Justin Snively. I think that's all you need to see, folks.
Yeah, that was a good catch.
Good catch on our camera crew there.
Yeah.
That is all you need to see. I don't think this game will live to see another pitch.
Yeah, it's unlikely as the Jackfish go rush for cover in the clubhouse, and so too will the home plate umpire and crew chief Justin Snively topping. Majors manager Roop Chanadad running across the field right now as well. It's pretty intense at the moment. I don't look forward to the walk to my car in the parking lot. That's going to be a bit of a swamp.
Yep.
But if you look at the field, it's a swamp out on the field too.
Get your galoshes out. So this game has been called. The official word now coming over the loudspeaker. We saw all we needed to from the crew chief, Justin Snively. As this game will have to be canceled. Welland will head back on the bus. And this game will have to be replayed at another date.
Yeah, they will have to reschedule this one. And the forecast, it's not looking great for the whole weekend. So we'll see how many games the Majors actually get to play this weekend. But some more rain-out dates on the horizon. Add this one to the list. There's now 2 the Majors have to make up.
All right, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. Then we'll wrap up our coverage for tonight, bring you up to speed on where the Majors and Welland schedules look like for the weekend ahead here on Majors TV.
Welcome to Labatt Park in London, Ontario, the world's oldest baseball grounds. Now through Labor Day, book your guided tour and walk the same field as Ty Cobb, Fergie Jenkins, Honus Wagner, and some of baseball's most legendary players. View artifacts from over the years inside the original 1940 clubhouse. Experience baseball history in London, Ontario. Book your guided tour at labattparktours.ca.
Back inside Labatt Memorial Park here in London, and up here in the Game Day London broadcast booth. This game is done, Dylan. We will not get to play some more baseball tonight. It is pouring out there on the field.
It's pretty crazy right now. We're lucky to have some pizza up here with us. We can snack on this while we wait the storm out. Huge thank you to Through Thick and Thin Pizza, who provides our Majors TV crew with food every home game this season. It's always really good stuff. But yeah, here at Labatt Park, I mean, the rain is pretty crazy. The Majors are hoping to be back in action tomorrow against the Guelph Royals. Then they host the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers on Sunday. For the Welland Jackfish, it's a 6:05 start tomorrow evening against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Usually a 6:05 start means firework night in Welland, so hopefully some fireworks for them tomorrow evening at Welland Stadium.
Well, that does it for our coverage tonight from our entire Majors TV crew. We thank you for tuning in with us tonight. Our next coverage comes your way on Sunday afternoon. I don't know, we maybe just missed that on the camera. Look at the stolen base out there. Fantastic.
Caden Cardoso entertaining the crowd, running the bases, and I'm sure he's going to be quite popular with those doing the laundry tonight. Holy smokes.
Listen, Caden, I was trying to get through our outro of the show here. Can't you see? All right, that'll do it for our coverage here tonight on Majors TV. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you Sunday here from Labatt Memorial Park.